Shalom, shalom. Call hello Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakradash. Shalom and salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down. Shalom to the speckled bird, the confused face, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. I'm back again with another video. This is an in-transit video on my way to camp. And I just want to talk a little bit about keep the faith in the laws. Keeping the faith and keeping the laws. Building your faith and doing the best that you can, practicing these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Ultimately, repenting and praying, fasting as well, and coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, building your faith. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard, but it's not simple. But at the same time, it's refreshing, and it's going to put you in a proper spirit, man, because we're coming into a time where there's so many demons out here, and they're here to interrupt your spirit. They're here to put you in a situation of not praising Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, not doing the work, breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, committing sins, you know. And you gotta fight this. You gotta constantly keep fighting, man. Every day the Lord wakes you up is a day that you fight. You know what I mean? If you are a warrior of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you gotta keep going at it. You gotta keep doing what you gotta do. It's not easy, but at the same time, you have to apply yourself. As the scriptures say, you have to endure to the end. You gotta get busy. You gotta bust your butt, man. And like I said, I just want to touch a little bit on, you know, the faith in the laws. I'm gonna read a couple of scriptures, roughly paraphrase, not reading verbatim. And the first one I got is Romans 2:13, and it speaks about, for not the hearsayers of the law are just before the Most High, but the doers of the law shall be justified. So you can't just come around or get on the YouTube, or, you know, if you go on the highways and byways, you can't be a hypocrite. You can't be out here talking about what everybody else should do and you don't do it. It doesn't work like that at all. And you could be destroyed for that. You gotta you gotta do this work with fear and trembling. Fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and ask him to guide you and keep you strong in this. Because we're coming into a real time, man. Like, you know, it's all good right now, but we're about to come into a real tumultuous time. You know what I'm saying? A real troublesome, a real evil time like none before. And it's going to get real bad out here, B. You know, I can only imagine, you know, as the scriptures say, the things that's going to happen is going to get real serious out here. And I can't stress that enough. You know what I mean? Like, the worst things you could think of, you know, it's probably 10, 20 times more worse than that. You know, there's going to be pestilence, famine, and there's going to be raping, and all the things that the scriptures have spoke about is going to happen, man. And this is why you should serve with fear and trembling to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. A good precept is Exodus 20:11 and Luke 8:21. Those are good precepts for Romans 2:13. The next chapter is Romans 3:31, and it says, what Paul says is, do we make then void the law through faith? God forbid, meaning no, the Most High no. Yea, we established the law. So the law was never done away with. The law, and following these laws, statutes, and commandments, it builds character. It builds your spirit. It builds your faith. And that's the only way you're gonna be able to get out of here is practicing these things. You know what I mean? You can't be wicked thinking that when Yahweh Shah comes back, He gonna come and take care of you. Like you know, like some of you wacky tacky Christians like to say, well, I'm saved. You're not saved from nothing. You know what I mean? I understand that, you know, you Israelites, you love comfortability, but you're not saved from nothing, man. You about to get ready to go through the final stage, the final test. Even though every day is a test, every day you wake up, like I said, is a fight. And if you're a warrior of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and you are constantly studying, you should be reading the scriptures every day. I can't give you a time frame, but I think that every day, as much as you can, regardless of what's going on in this world, you need to be studying. You need to be, you need to be in the prophecies. But that's only for the men of the Yahweh Shem Yahushai who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to the women, and damn for sure not talking to you other nations. You know what I mean? You should always be in prophecy. I think that's Sirach 39. I'm not exactly sure. Or is it Job? I'm not sure. I can't pull it up right now, but good precept is Sirach 33:3 and Sirach 19:24. Those are good precepts for Romans 3:31, because we are to keep the law. And I've heard it plenty of times from and then today's Mother's Day today too. I will rock the Zab, Spirit's on me. I do a lesson on that. I have done one or a couple before, but you know, yeah, if you Spirit, I'll probably touch on it. The idol worshiping, you know what I mean? You know, ain't nothing wrong with honoring your mother and loving your mother, but you're not supposed to, you know, idolize and put on pedestals and, you know what I mean, all of those other things, and, you know, going out your way doing things that, you know, is displeasing to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is also part of following the law, statutes, and commandments, and, you know what I mean, doing those types of things, you're idolizing. You know what I mean? That's that spirit of that Diana spirit. You know, the Greeks worship Diana. You know what I mean? So that's not a good spirit to be in, really. James 2:26. For as the body without spirits is dead, so faith without works is dead also. I mean, what else can I say? You can, I notice a lot of people love to, you know, get on the elder apostles and the elders and the teachers' comment board, you know, trying to spread your doctrine, and you want to tell the elder apostles on down what's right and wrong with the scriptures and what they should be following, and you want to walk up on them, you know what I'm saying, in the highways and byways, and you want to bombard them with stupid ass questions and asking them things that, you know, is not legitimate when it comes to the understanding of the scriptures. And then, you know what I mean, you talk with pride as if you know and you know nothing. You know what I mean? You have no works, and your faith is dead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have no faith, and your works is dead because you don't have no works. Now all of a sudden, in the past 4 or 5 years, or maybe a little bit more, now all of a sudden you silly Christians are coming out here on the highways and byways with your bullhorns and shit, trying to talk crazy, you know, trying to battle against the elders and the apostles and so on. And you know what I mean? You look foolish out there because you truly don't know the scriptures. And if you think you know the scriptures, the spirit is not on you. You know what I mean? You don't have nothing on your pages, but you love to scoff and you know, murmur as if you have some legitimate reason of what you're doing, that you're serving the Lord, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're just showing the world and the elder apostles on down how ignorant you are, and you're gonna pay for that, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai hears and sees all, and a lot of y'all gotta pay for the things that y'all have done, and that's what the time is coming to. You know what I mean? Because your faith is weak, and you don't practice these laws, statutes, and commandments. So how you gonna understand Yahweh Shem Yahushai? All right, you study long, study wrong, fool. Numbers 12:7, good precept. And Job 12 and 20, good precept. The last one I got is Revelations 14 and 12. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Here are the works. Here are those who keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua HaMashiach. Those are going to be the true men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because they're diligent. They're out there in the highways and byways and they're constantly working. You know what I'm saying? They don't miss no day. They don't miss no beats. They're out doing the work. And these are the people that you're going to see, and that you're going to, you know, if the Lord is on you, if the Lord got the Spirit on you, you're going to listen to, and you're going to try to do the best to follow. And if not, then you're going to hate them because you hate Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And it's going to show, because you're not going to be able to hide it. Let your nays be nays and your yays be yays. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's about to go down, man. And I just want to say, Dawada Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakak Radash, for this understanding of these scriptures. This is a gift, and I don't take it lightly, and I try to do everything I can to maintain and do the work. You know what I mean? These gifts and talents that I have, I put to use as much as I can, as much as possible, as Yahweh Bashan Yahshua allows me to. You know what I mean? And ultimately, I'm thankful and I'm grateful for Yahweh Bashan Yahshua allowing me to speak this, because I could have been doing any stupid, negative nonsense, you know, other than doing this work. So there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. And no matter what's going on in the world, you know what I mean, I'm going to always do it until Yahweh Bashan Yahshua takes that breath from me. Abba Rak Tazah, it doesn't happen. So with that, Abba Rak Tazah, you are edified. 1 Chronicles 13 and 10 and 12 and 17 are good precepts for Revelations 14 and 12. And I'm going to say, Kohalo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Radash. Shalom, salutations and double honors again to the elder apostle, great millstone, and shalom to the elect. Abba Rak Tazah, you are edified. And with that, I'm going to say, Abba Ball, shalom.